Hey everybody, Jeremy here, and today I wanted to talk about a couple of things that are in some ways related to each other. The first thing is that crazy Walmart glitch that happened earlier this week. If you haven't heard about it, man, it was crazy. It was really early in the morning and people started to figure out that Walmart site had gone crazy and it started discounting high-end electronics and toys and a lot of things. And it was marking them down to absurdly low prices. People were able to get like 55-inch televisions that normally sell for somewhere around $800-900 and up, and they're able to get them for about $350. And for the people that were able to put their order in to pick up at the store the exact same day, they were able to go to those stores and pick up those televisions before like word got out and before the employees were told, do not let people take these TVs. Just say sorry, refund them their money. Just don't let them get away with it. Some people were still able to do it. Other people who bought like monitors for $9, freaking computer monitors for $9, and expedited their shipping. Some orders Walmart canceled, some slipped through the cracks, and some people are reporting that they got their shipments through the mail already. But what that kind of brings me into what I'm going to talk about right now, and that's when Walmart canceled those orders, they, as an act of good faith, decided to give away $10 gift cards. Just to say like, hey, we screwed up, we're sorry, you're not going to get that thing that you wanted at a severely low price, but here's $10 a piece offering. Sorry for getting your hopes up. And so, okay, I was one of those people who tried to order a game, tried to order a couple of those monitors. My Walmarts, all the Walmarts that are in this area, they did not have anything available for in-store pickup, which was ridiculous. But I took that $10 and I decided that I was going to go to Walmart and just get some Lego minifigures from Series 11 and then also from Series 9 if I could find them, because I like those series more than Series 10, and I was going to do some more videos about it. So I went there and I was walking around the aisles trying to find out like where are the minifigures, because I couldn't find them at all. So I happened across the clearance section, and inside the clearance section, before I got there, it must have been a treasure trove, a bonanza of discounted stuff, ridiculously discounted stuff. And I happened to come across three things that were priced so cheap, I just could not say no to them. Here's one of them right here I got with me. This is the Lego Hobbit Goblin King battle set that I got for, I don't even know if you can see that, $20. I got this for $20. It was normally priced at $100, which was then discounted to $55, which was then discounted to $20. There were two of those there, and I was just like, oh my God, the cheapest these things have ever been. And I thought it was a mistake, but it was printed right there on the sticker. And I was like, I'm not even really into the Hobbit or this set in general, but for $20, I just could not say no. So I got that, and I looked around a little bit, and inside of a box they had random stuff, including these little poly bags. And this is just another Lego Lord of the Rings Hobbit poly bag set that has Gandalf the Grey in it, and it was $1. It was $1. I couldn't say no to it for being that cheap. And they also had some old Lego Batman polybag sets with no character in it. It was just like a little small micro build of the Batmobile. Wasn't really interested in that, but those were the only things that I found as far as polybags are concerned. But then I also found the Lego Marvel Superheroes Hoax Helicarrier breakout set. Just like the Goblin King battle, it was $20. And I don't have figures for Thor. I don't have figures for the Incredible Hulk. I'm like, hey, this is $20. You're not going to get this thing any cheaper. So I decided to pick that up. Now, here's when things get interesting. As I'm walking around the store, just trying to figure out, is there anything else I want to get here before I leave? was walking and talking with my girlfriend, and she mentioned something that I did not notice, and that's the tape on the boxes. These boxes aren't in perfect condition, they're in okay condition, but she noticed how some of the tape was looking a little janky, if you will, almost as if it were opened and returned. You know, it could have just been basic wear and tear, wasn't too sure, but she planted it in my head to just sort of make sure that everything is in there before, you know, getting back to the house, because if all the pieces aren't in there, I'm going to be ticked off. So I took these up to the register. I used my $10 gift card, and I was able to get 2 of these Goblin King battles and the Hoax Helicarrier breakout for like 50 something bucks, which was awesome. So I get to my car. The first thing I grab is the Helicarrier breakout. I open it up. I reach down in there. I pull out the bag. What do I see? They're not Lego pieces. They were Mega Bloks pieces that someone put inside of the Lego box. At some point, perhaps they bought, it was in the set it was from, I believe it was the Mega Bloks World of Warcraft. I believe it was the Lich King set, because it had the Ice Dragon, and it also had those blue translucent pieces to make his ice throne. I should know because I own it and it's sitting right up there on my shelf. So someone either in the store took out the Lego pieces and put it in a Mega Bloks box, and then took the Mega Bloks pieces, put in the Lego box, and checked out at the front counter, pretending like they just bought a Mega Bloks set. Or they took it home, they did the swap there, took it back to customer service, and you know, the representatives were none the wiser. And so it got me thinking, you know, this could be just something that would be pretty nice to share, because you know, we're getting towards the holiday season, and the retailers want to bring in, you know, the newest, hottest merchandise for the holiday season. So the old stuff over the summer and earlier than that, trying to push those out in order to make room. So you're going to see a lot of things on clearance. So just a little word of warning: if you do pick up things on clearance, especially something that can be tampered with, and something very popular like Lego, it wouldn't hurt to take a peek and make sure that everything is actually in that box. Now with Mega Bloks, it's a little bit complicated, because Mega Bloks they don't put numbers on their bags. It was a Stormwind, World of Warcraft Stormwind Castle set that was also there for 20 bucks. And just by opening up the box, you wouldn't necessarily know if it had all of the pieces there or not, because Mega Bloks does not put bat numbers on their bags. I don't know if that's like a patent thing or whatever, but there's a lot of pieces in that set, and without the instructions, there's no way to know, unless you went on the internet, if you had all of the appropriate bags. Lego does number their bags. So if you're going to go out and you're going to buy Lego, and you find Lego on clearance, or you know, in the box doesn't look like it's in the best shape or whatever, and you want to make sure that you're getting everything that you should get, I want to show you right now how you can tell the difference between Mega Bloks pieces and Lego pieces, and even, you know, just how to make sure that you have everything in the box as you should, so you won't have anyone disappointed on Christmas or for any other occasion for which you may buy Lego. So let's take a look at that. Here's one way to determine whether or not the Lego set you got on clearance had been tampered with or not. And it's really all in the small details, just by looking at the box. So if I bring this Goblin King battle set into view right now, you see this tape, and you see this black tab right here on the tape. That is a part of the tape. That is not a part of the box. So if I lift this up, you see it's not part of the box. This is the actual tape. And it's the same thing over on this side as well. And every Lego set that I have has that same black tape. For example, this is a Lego Star Wars set, and you see right there, black tape. Here is a Lego Back to the Future set, and once again, black tape and black tape right there. Keeping the ball rolling with the Lego Creator set again. Black tape, black tape. And finally, another Lego Creator set that I have. I have more boxes and they all have the same thing. Black tape and black tape. Look out for that black tape. If you just see regular Scotch tape on the box, chances are it's not going to sit nice and flush. You're going to have to look, kind of carefully. Look for the wrinkles in the tape. Because something that's been taped straight from the factory or that hasn't been tampered with, a lot of times they're not going to, look real wrinkly. Look for little tears like this under the tape, because it's not so easy. If someone was so careless as to just lift this up, chances are they're going to take some of the box with them. A neater way to do it would be to simply cut the tape, but then you would also be able to tell whether or not this is actually being cut, because it won't attach anymore. So if you see any kind of tape that's on these boxes that doesn't have that black tab on them, be a little bit suspicious, because it may have already been untaped and taped back up. So let's say you passed that test, or you just forgot to look for it, and you still have the set and you want to make sure that you have everything in it. Now, when it comes to sets this large, I'll turn this right side up. Sets this large, like the Goblin King Battle, has 841 pieces. That means Lego has included multiple bags inside the box in order to make it easier to build, because it's just no fun taking out bag after bag after bag and not knowing if those are the pieces that you need or not. So here's an example of one numbered bag. This is the number 3 bag. Now, how do you know how many bags you actually need in order to complete the set? Well, that's where the instructions come in. If we dig down into this box and pull out the instructions, out of the way, you see that here are the instructions here. Another good way to tell whether or not it's been tampered is to look at the instructions. Now, the instructions also have the black tab as well. I opened these myself. So always look for that black tab on the sticker. Now look at these books here. These are the instruction books. Notice these numbers here at the bottom. This is book number 2. This is book number 3. And inside of here, the smallest book. But it's not always the smallest book. Book number 1. So if you just open up to the first page, you can see what kind of bags you need. You see that you need bag number 1 in order to complete this. When you flip over to something, let me go in order. Like instruction book number 2. And you open this up, it tells you all the bags that you're going to need. You're going to need the number 2 bag, and you're going to need the number 3 bag. And then, once you finally get to the 3rd instruction manual, you're going to see that you're going to need the number 4 and number 5 bag. So, that's when you look inside of the box and make sure that you have every bag. That's number 2. Here's number 3. Because remember, we're looking for 5. This is bag number 1. This is bag number 4. And finally, bag number 5. Now, in the case of the Goblin King set, the stickers were in the instruction manual. But in the case of the Goblin King set, the Goblin King comes in a separate bag, all by himself. This is not always going to be a thing with larger Lego sets. This is just a special case because he's so big. But yeah, that's a good way to determine whether you have everything that you need. So, just to recap, look at the tape on the box. see that there's that black line on the tape. If that black line's not there on the tape, chances are that box had already been opened. Look for creases, look for potential rips, look for potential cuts in the tape, and then once you open it up, take a look at that instruction manual. Now, if you have a set that doesn't have numbered bags, like I said in the first part of the video, then you just really have to use your best estimate to determine that if something says that it's only 60 pieces, 100 pieces, take a look at those bags and say, like, well, does this look like it's like 100 pieces, a little bit more than 100 pieces? Chances are you're good, especially if that tape is on there. Chances are you're going to be a-okay. So now let's take a look at some Lego bricks versus Mega Bloks bricks, so you can try to get a decent idea of the key things to look for when you face them. One way to differentiate between Lego pieces and Mega Bloks pieces, or pieces from any other type of building block set, is to simply look at the pieces themselves. These companies are very particular about their brand, and chances are they put their brand names on many of the pieces included in those sets that they sell. Now, I can't get too close with the individual small pieces with the camera to really show you the logo, so just take a look at some of these pictures of Lego bricks and Mega Bloks bricks, and just overall look for the branding. You may have to look a little close, but if you can't determine whether or not they're official Lego pieces just by looking at them and feeling them, then try to look at those bricks, look on the front, look on the back, and look for the Lego brand name. If you don't see the Lego brand name, it's not Lego, period. So I think those are some pretty handy tips. Now, you don't have to go through that process if you're buying these from like the Lego store, or you're buying these brand new from Toys R Us or something like that, because more often than not, you're going to get everything inside of the box. It's not going to be a problem. This is really just for when you're buying Lego on clearance and you just never quite know if someone pulled a fast one, like they did with that Hotel Carrier Breakout set that I bought today, and fortunately took back as soon as I realized that it was not right. So this is just something to just sort of help out around the holidays or some other time of the year, just so you know that you're actually getting what you pay for. Now, for some of the smaller sets, they don't have numbered bags on them because it's just not that many pieces. So you may not be able to use the looking into the instruction booklet and see how many bags there are, and then check to see how many bags you actually have in order to make sure that you get all your pieces. Smaller sets are going to be a little bit more complicated. But if you can just sort of use your best judgment to try to determine if something says that it has 96 pieces, and open up the box and just kind of get a rough estimate, like, does this look like it's somewhere around 90 something pieces? And always make sure that instruction manual is in there. If the instruction manual is not in there, then someone has purchased it, did something, and brought it back. Some people, these sets, they're very minifigure heavy. And people love minifigures. Some people buy sets just for the minifigures. And the minifigures themselves can fetch someone a few good bucks on eBay. Some minifigures can cost more money than you would ever imagine minifigures costing. A single tiny Lego minifigure. Because that's what Lego does. They put rare and exclusive minifigures in certain sets, and sometimes you have to buy the more expensive sets in order to get those minifigures. So don't be surprised. Some people do that. They open up a set, they grab the minifigure, they find some way to seal the bag back up, and then they make out like a thief in the night, leaving you holding the bag, a bag with no minifigures in it. So keep your receipts. Try to follow those tips that I just showed you, and hopefully you will have a pleasant Lego experience. Now, one of the next videos that I am going to do is also going to be Lego related. I happen to have another gift card from Walmart, and I am going to, unless I run across some other crazy clearance deal like I did today, I'm going to get some more minifigures, and I'm going to open those up, and I'm hoping for no duplicates. So Series 11 and or Series 9, depending on what the store has when I go in there. And I'm going to open those up and open them right there on camera, and we can all take a look at those together. So thanks a lot for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Stay vigilant. And until next time, I'm Jeremy. I'll see you later.